show up. Anyways, so that bridge goes to a underground ravine that I discovered. Ravines are my favorite areas in this game. They're the most fun to explore, spelunking through. Always use your cobblestone. Trying to keep and store cobblestone is just kind of silly and pointless. Fix my sound. Don't you think it might be how I'm talking? I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. I gotta go sleep. Can you hear me better now? I'm a little congested. I moved the microphone away because I had a sneezing fit. How about now? I tend not to talk really loud. Hey. I don't have a sword. Maybe I should build one. Look at that. Where are you at? How you doing? My name's Death. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was sleeping. So to continue the tour, this was the first big structure I built. I'm still working on the walls. I don't like how that looks, but I need to do a bit more exploring before I build any more. I was in the middle of planting sugar cane. But over here, oh look, a horsey. What's up, dude? So I kind of got lost exploring the underground caverns and found this ravine. And after I get more resources, I'm gonna dive down there with a few pails and then build a portal. Actually, I might do that now. I should get more food. This is an exceptionally awesome area. The jungle there, plenty of trees and vines, lots of floating islands. Let's just drop some of this off. Keep that. Nothing quite like zombie meat. If you're anything like me when you play this game, you can give 2 Fs to the wind about being sick. Oh, and dude left. I thought he was enjoying me just kind of rambling on. Not really sure what people normally do when they do Minecraft little video things. I'm actually hoping somebody eventually will just join me and plant happy little trees. I grew up watching Bob Ross like most of us. So, if you're on Xbox One and you play Minecraft, you can find me, same username, on Xbox Live. And come and join me and help me explore this neat little land that I have. I call the land Grendos. It's actually a fictional area, or planet, land, whatever, that I created for a story that I wrote years ago, but I don't think I'll ever I don't think I'll ever finish. It's one of those stories that, as a writer, you just kind of think it'll be a good idea, and then it's not, because you can't work. Either the characters don't work, the story doesn't work, or it's just dumb. And that happens. My favorite writer, John Varley, that's how he kind of got doing some of his stories. He started off writing a story he thought was really good, and when he realized that it wasn't, he just kind of didn't finish it or something like that. But what he did do is he used that as the backdrop for good stories. And I'm pretty sure Grindos will end up like that for me. There's some good concepts in there, just the story that I started with wasn't... it was just bad. Like, if I was 14, then I might think that it was still a good story, but I'm quite far from 14. And when you're a kid and you're writing, you think a lot of your story ideas are just brilliant, and you don't understand it when people don't understand how brilliant your story ideas are. But one thing you learn as you get older is each previous decade you were alive, you knew absolute butt kiss. You knew nothing. You knew less than nothing. Like, you see in movies how parents make fun of kids for, oh, you just know everything, don't you? And you hear moms and dads in Starbucks talk about, well, you know, you can't tell them anything, they know everything, or, you know, stupid jokes like that. It's true. I mean, you don't realize how little you actually know until you get older. By that time, you kind of wish you knew a bit more, because you don't want that pattern to continually echo and repeat on itself, which it inevitably does. So what I'm doing here is building a cactus and sugar farm. Cactus is super useful. Cactus can make some of the best borders and defenses out there. I mean, it takes up a lot of space compared to like making a wood fence or something like that. But when you have a border built out of cactus, it tends to kill stuff. Also, spiders have a bit of a rough time climbing over cactus, which I always find quite amusing. Because they'll climb over your fences, they'll scale your walls, but you put a cactus border there, and they get killed. It's good times. Did I already mention that the other guy left? I'm sorry, dude. Sorry if I'm being boring. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm doing this to entertain myself. I'm still testing out the limitations of Twitch. I'm new to Twitch. I've been on the internet longer than most people who use Twitch have been alive. I remember Prodigy and AOL when they were brand spanking new, and everybody was going apeshit because it was like, oh my gosh, we can surf the internet. And AOL was trying to make the internet a cable service by offering channels and all sorts of crazy, like, limitations. But most of us figured out pretty soon that we could just open AOL, minimize it, and then open up our own browser outside of AOL and browse the internet how we wanted to. AOL didn't quite like that, so they made their little interface pretty bloated. So it was difficult for people using AOL to surf the internet. Because I'm sure you kids out there know what bloatware is, adware, and stuff like that. Imagine if every time you connected to the internet, the software required to connect to the internet was nothing but a giant piece of bloatware. That was AOL. The greatest thing AOL gave us was AOL Instant Messenger, or AIM. And now Facebook Messenger has pretty much emulated everything that AIM did, but executed it just a little bit better. I was one of the first people using AIM. That was pretty fun. Being able to text people or chat with people on your phone through a web service. Nowadays it's like, duh. Every phone does that. It's kind of amazing how fast technology has developed over the past 20 years. I mean, people kind of went crazy when we went from records to cassettes. And then from cassettes, or records to 8-tracks, sorry. Then 8-tracks to cassettes, and then cassettes to CDs. Pretty amazing stuff. And the guy who created CDs, I remember, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but the guy that created CDs wanted them to be 74, 75 minutes long because he didn't want an interruption to a classical song that he liked, or a classical composition that he liked. I can't remember which one it was. He's like, to be able to listen to this without having to flip a record or a tape or anything, and if we're going to make CDs, they're going to be long enough to do this without me having to do anything, because stuff and words. So we're going to plant a bunch of cactus right here. We're just going to fill up this whole space. You know, and I wonder who this guy was. Who are you?